Sloughton Ben. Today we're going to be talking about some of the forms that some of these letters are taking. Today we're talking about dal and seen, sheen, re, re, ze, and je. First we're going to do is the dal. This dal just makes a D noise. By itself, it looks a little bit triangular like that. So if it's at the beginning in the front, it just looks like that. No connecting from the left. If it's in the middle, just go like that. Whatever the letter is, if it connects to the left, it just bleeds right into here and it stops. And the way you can tell that it's not the end of the word is the space between the next letter. If there's a noticeable room between these two, between whatever's next, it means the dal is at the end. The final form is just going to look like that. So it changes very little between shapes. All right, let's talk about ra. Any word in Kurdish that has a ra in it will start not with this one, but with this. This is the trilled ra. This is the double R as opposed to the single. And these are more like a French or a British R as opposed to an American R. The ra as opposed to This is a D, for all intents and purposes. So ra, the beginning, well, this is kind of a misnomer because it's not going to be there. It's going to be like this, ra. So in the middle, it's going to be much like the dal. It doesn't connect to the left, but unlike the dal, it doesn't have anything above. It just goes below. You might see some that look a little like that, where there's a tiny dip, but nothing as prominent as the dal. And the dal doesn't dip below the line either. It stays, if there's a line where you're writing, it stays above it. This is the line. This is the line. The R, the ra, will go below it. In the final form, looks the exact same. So, same thing with the double ra. Sorry, let me put that a little better. Ra like that. Ra. So those are the R's. Those are ra. Okay, how about the za? This is just a standard Z noise. In the beginning, za. The only difference between a ra and a za is that one dot at the top. Just to make this a little easier to see. So in the middle, it's going to be za. At the end, za. Looks no different. The difference between the middle and the end is going to be the space between the next letter. Let me give it a color here, just easier to see. Let's do je. This is like the French word beige. Like do like a Z with a dot at the bottom. Or actually, not at the bottom, at the top. Beginning, just out on its own. Doesn't connect to the left. Here. And then final. That is the je. Now for the scene, this corresponds to the English S. It has three daggers and then a swoop. That's what it's going to look like by itself. At the beginning, it loses the swoop. It loses its tail. So it just keeps... Let me try that a little better. Just keep the three jagged areas. That's the most important part, is those daggers. And then it just goes and connects to whatever's next. In the middle, it connects to both left and right. So you will just continue going. Three daggers, move on. At the end, you just go right into it, the three daggers, and then the tail. And the sheen is going to be the exact same thing. Only difference is going to be in the dots. This is the SH sound, the sh. I like to do it like this. So make just like a scene, and you have the dots here. One dot goes about the middle here, and then right here, and one right above the triangle. You don't want to have them wandering off too far. If you start doing it like this, it looks like it's falling over. Leaning Tower of Sheen. All right, this is the beginning form. Sheen in the middle. Sorry, my piece here doesn't like to do this correctly. Let's try this again. I'm sorry, just a moment. There we go. Okay. Just try to line those up, roughly in the middle of the dips, and one right in the middle. And at the end, same thing. So there's your dal, re, which doesn't have a front form because if it's in the beginning, it's always going to be re, the double re. Re, which is that trilled R, the za, which is the Z sound, j, seen, and sheen.